Me, right?
He's a screwdriver. I literally now.
Watch your head. It's getting wet.
Did people used to be really short back then? Did people used to be really short back then?
Here is too low grade. Now, back where I was born in southeastern Pennsylvania, in fact, I was born in the little town of Bethlehem. Those miners had to take canaries with them inside those mines because of coal mining gives off a gas called methane. And so the canary would let those miners know when the methane got just so high, the canary would drop dead. Well, it was sure hell on canaries, but it was certainly worse off for the miners. Well, out here they didn't have that problem because this is all underground hard rock. But they had to have some way of knowing there was a problem in the mine. Rats. Used to feed them out of their lunch boxes. Give them snacks throughout the day. Why? Because the rats could smell smoke before there was a fire. The rats could sense movement in the mine before there was a cave-in. And when the rats started to scurry around in panic, the miners knew it was time to leave. Rats. Careful, you'll bite you. Petco, $7.50. Any questions so far?
I thought that was a real rat.
So you're all pretty well informed
I have
now.
a question.
Yes,
How much do you trust that cracked beam right above your head there?
this one?
Yeah.
Got all the
You
faith in
okay?
the world in it. Because we constantly replace timbers
Yeah.
in this mine like we did this winter before we opened up. There hasn't, I've been here 4 years. I've never seen an earth or a cave in here.
Yeah.
Now during the winter, yeah, it sloughs off a little bit off the sides, but we clean it up.
And you made it through that earthquake in Carson, what, 3 months ago?
Yeah, I guess so, we're still here.
Yeah. That was a big earthquake.
Yeah. Now, people have said, could we have could we have a cave in here? And I say, yeah, maybe, but well, do you think you're gonna get buried for $15?
Right.
No, this mine is pretty safe, but only because we work at it. We also have the Mining Health and Safety Administration come up and inspect it, as well as OSHA. And they let us know what we have to do to keep it safe. Because we want to keep this mine open for obvious reasons. It's the only one of the Comstock that's left. Okay.
It's kind of cool.
It is.
I got a quick story for you.
Yay.
One of the kings of the Comstock up here was a man by the name of John Mackey. In fact, you can tour his mansion. He came here as an itinerant miner back from Ireland and settled in New York City. But because he was so astute at what he was doing, and because he knew enough about mining as well as had a business sense, it didn't take him long once he got here to amass a small fortune. And then in 1873, when the markets went down and we ended up into a depression, he was smart enough to buy up a lot of the mines and as well as the claims. Because in 1875, the Comstock came back to life. That was known as the Big Bonanza of 1875, and he became very wealthy. So wealthy, in fact, he was able to finance the first Atlantic cable, the first Pacific cable. And because he was a devout Irish Catholic, he rebuilt St. Mary's Catholic Church in 1875 during the Great Fire that destroyed 33 square blocks of this town. He also created the Mackey School of Mines. And so he became very wealthy. He financed the first Atlantic cable, the first Pacific cable, which was a very, very expensive undertaking. But here's where the love story starts. He had a granddaughter. Her name was Ellie. She was drop dead gorgeous, wealthier beyond anything you could ever imagine, and you can only assume that she was a debutante of New York City and was obviously the belle of every bar of Upper Manhattan. And it was always good to assume that every young buck and his brother was digging underneath her back fence. But they were wasting your time. Like most young ladies, she did fall in love. But not with one of those high-heeled dandies from Upper Manhattan. She fell in love, ladies and gentlemen, with a young Jewish immigrant from Russia. Now, can you imagine the violations of the Sense of Humor Act that caused? She was just owned by her family. She lost millions in inheritance. And even those high-heeled dandies from Upper Manhattan wouldn't have anything to do with her anymore. Until you learn who that young Jewish immigrant was.
Oh my gosh.
Irving Berlin, the most famous songwriter in the history of American music. God Bless America, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, and countless other wonderful songs and medleys that became so much a part of American music culture. Irving Berlin. Well, they had run off and eloped in 1926 for obviously pretty amazing, but they were together 56 years. 56 years. She died in 1985. And he died 1 year later, 101, or 1946, 101. Irving Berlin. That's why he's still right up here in the Comstock. Okay. You ready to go outside to win?
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Did they ever come across veins in the mine that they couldn't harvest because they felt threatened with collapse, like it would cave in?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so they could harvest
They
pretty much.
had a way of mitigating everything. Simply because it was just too much.
Your hair will keep you afloat.
Okay, I'll follow everybody out. I got some closing comments for you once you get outside.
Good job.